Do not adjust your set. This is the Solid Signal podcast for the week of January 22nd, 2018. Hello out there in podcast land. I'm so glad that you decided to spend a little bit more than 5 minutes with us here at the Solid Signal podcast. This is going to be a big week for the Solid Signal blog. blog.solidsignal.com is the address. If you check out our blog every day this week, again at blog.solidsignal.com, hopefully you will detect a very large change coming completely by surprise sometime this week. I can't say more, but it is coming, and our IT team is working very hard to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. I'm very excited about it. The new blog, it looks fantastic. Oh, wait, I just said a little bit too much. I'm moving on. The subject for this week's podcast is Rescan Anxiety. Rescan Anxiety, my friends, because the FCC repack is here. What do all these words mean? Let me back up just for a minute and explain some of these things. Last year, the FCC concluded a historic process by which they were able to reassign a whole chunk of frequencies to cellular data that were previously used for television. You see, back in the old days, television was channels 2 through 83, and then it shrank down to 2 through 69, and most recently to 2 through 51. And now, broadcast television is only going to operate on channels 2 through 35. That's enough for every city to have all the TV channels that they need, because with digital signals, you don't need to have so much space between each signal. That's why there were 83 slots in the first place. Nobody ever thought there were going to be 83 channels. It's just that you had to have a lot of space in between each channel so that they actually worked right. Well, you don't need that anymore, and so those extra frequencies are being reallocated, and all the channels that were up there above channel 35 are being repacked, pushed down into a lower frequency. This is good and bad to some extent. It's good because all that area for cellular data is desperately needed. Everybody wants faster data, and on the other hand, not everybody wants to watch free television. Don't ask me why, because I think that free television is just kind of awesome. But on the other hand, moving these broadcasters down to lower channels may mean that in some cases you need to get a different antenna in order to make sure that you're getting the channels that you want. And it also means dun, 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 Rescan Anxiety. What is Rescan Anxiety? You see, all of this isn't happening boom in one day, which I think would be kind of chaotic and also kind of fun, and then it would be done, and at least everything would be completed. No, it's happening in stages over the course of almost 2 years. And if your city is affected, and I think pretty much every market is affected in one way or the other, and you watch live TV channels using a television antenna, you will need to scan for channels again every so often, or you're going to lose channels. This is just the way that it's going to go. And unfortunately, it's not like your city is even going to be changing over all in one day. Every channel is going to change over at a different time. And so you may find yourself scanning for channels 4 or 5 times over the course of a month because you lose the channels that you need. If you're recording stuff, that can be a real pain in the neck. Luckily, there are resources for you to know when these things are happening. One of them, of course, is the Solid Signal blog, blog.solidsignal.com, and we're going to be having all sorts of information in the coming months so that you know what's coming up there. Another one that's available right now is tvanswers.org, which is a free resource that the National Association of Broadcasters is putting out that lets you see all the channels in deep detail and exactly when they are expected to change over from one frequency to another. This is a way that you can avoid rescan anxiety once and for all. And when this is all done in your city, which, it's about a 6 to 8 week process, when it is all done in your city, you shouldn't have to do anything else. If you have cable or satellite, you shouldn't have to do anything else. But if you have any questions, if you're worried, if you think maybe the old antenna isn't going to cut it, give the experts at Solid Signal a call. I always love talking to them myself. 877-312-4547 is their number. That's it for this week. One more plug. Check out the new and improved blog.solidsignal.com.